Hi, my name is Brady Flanagan, and I am the creator of Spectrum of Sounds, the Flanagan Method. I have been teaching piano for around 20 years at this point, and over all of these years, I've learned a lot of things. I've seen a lot of kids come through, and I've gotten to know the different styles and things that these kids need to really thrive in learning how to play the piano. And honestly, I thought I was prepared for anything. But then, my oldest child, Skylar, was diagnosed with autism. And Skylar was definitely different than any of the students that I had dealt with in the past. You see, Skylar doesn't communicate in the same way that you and I communicate. He doesn't learn effectively in these traditional methods. And as he started growing up, I desperately wanted to find a way to help to get him to learn how to play the piano. But it felt like nothing that I tried would work. And then I started thinking about all of the different methods that they use with Skylar at his school, and all of the different things that I would see Skylar be enamored by as he would watch YouTube. And it's these YouTube videos that got me to decide that I needed to put forth some of my knowledge, some of my work that I've done in the past on other projects to create something new. Now, the thing with children with autism is a lot of the times they are amazing at mimicking. They can look at a video of someone playing a song on the piano and they will mimic it. And they will be able to perform great works of art just by this simple mimicry. But with my method, I wanted it to be different than that. I wanted to make sure that they understood the concepts behind things. I wanted to make sure that these kids would be able to create and learn. And so I started developing my own method, using a lot of the things that I have found to work with kids in the past, by changing up the nomenclature of some of the most common things that you use in piano lessons, and teaching in creative and visual ways. I knew that I could create something different, something that would work for even my Skylar. And so that's when I started working on Spectrum of Sounds. Now, there were a few things that I knew that I wanted to have in each of these videos. I wanted to make sure that there was repetition of the concepts. I wanted to make sure that the concepts were at the forefront. I wanted to make sure that the songs were all original. And I also knew that kids would mimic anything that I put out there for them. So I wanted to make sure that I actually only showed positive behaviors instead of negative behaviors and say, hey, don't do this, because all that they hear in that moment is, do this. So I knew that I couldn't have any sort of incorrect behaviors there, but just show the positive behaviors. And I started to craft this around and use some of my video creating ability and some of my branding in order to create something new, something different. And I just love having all of you along with me for this journey. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I've already seen such growth in my own children as they have begun to take upon this method. And more than that, I love seeing stories from the community of how their kids are really grasping onto these concepts through these videos, and how things like one thumb really stick in their minds. How Alpha Spooks is getting them to know that music alphabet. How Keep It Loose is helping them to know how to sit at the piano. And it is an amazing, enriching experience. And I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Thank you so much for your support.